Schmidt is a white supremacist?
Yeah.
Can you guys break this down?
Yeah.
All right, so here's my understanding. There was a ball called the Veiled Prophet Ball. It's been in St. Louis for, I don't know, decades, maybe centuries. It's been going on. And it started as a white supremacist thing. I think their motto was, we want to... Yeah, well, their motto was overtly. The purpose was...
America started that way.
The purpose was, like, written to maintain the power structure. Like, that's like... Everything is right. But if you put that shit in writing, it's like, nah, this is what time it is. We want to maintain... rich white supremacy, essentially, back in the day. Now, in 1979, I think it was, they were like, we need to shed this image. They started allowing black people, which they didn't do before. They changed the name to something else. I forget what it was called. Do you remember what it was called after?
No.
Whatever. They changed the name. And then in 1999, this girl who was from The Office, what's her name?
Ellie Kemper.
Talkative on there.
Kimmy Schmidt.
Kimmy Schmidt goes in 1999, and she becomes the
princess
or queen of the ball or whatever.
Okay.
So 20 years after all these changes have been implemented, she becomes the queen of the ball, and now Twitter is coming for her because this thing used to be racist.
So it's like The Bachelor again.
Yes,
chick,
it's exactly what I thought.
Yeah. Now, she's supposed to be aware of the history of this place before she goes and becomes a queen of the ball. But if they recognize how shitty their past was, they said, we need to shed this image.
Yes.
We have a cool tradition, but we want to remove all the racism from it, which is essentially what every country has done. I mean, we're all guilty of some form of hatred or bigotry, and we've tried to shed it to the best of our ability. I don't see why this makes her a fucking KKK member.
If you visit Germany... Are you a Nazi sympathizer?
Yep.
Because they had a really fucking horrible history 70 years ago and then did everything they could to shed it. So do you forgive them or do you cancel Germany?
Can I ask you a question? If you buy a Volkswagen, if you buy a Hugo Boss suit, are you...
Volkswagen is Swedish.
No, Volkswagen is people's car. Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
So
I'm thinking
literally,
Volvo. Yeah.
Literally, the people, the Nazis' car.
Bruh.
Hugo Boss made the suits for the Nazis.
Yeah.
That's why them shits were lit.
Yeah.
The lines were good. Dove, can you back me up on it?
Those SS uniforms? Quite fitted. They were original.
Kind of, he probably did the logo design, you know what I mean? It looked like lightning.
So,
he did it, yo.
Pretty fire.
So it's like...
Don't say that, Dove.
Fire, bro.
Crazy.
You can think of another adjective to describe it.
Yeah.
Fire.
No, it's just baked into
Why
the
are you
language.
gassing them up like that?
That's
foul,
Don't
bro.
worry
Come
about
on, bro.
Don't worry about it, bro. Just take a shower. Everything will be all right. Wash it off.
Okay, but point is, you got this situation where the past is obviously horrendous, but you recognize how horrendous it is, and you try to remove yourself from that past. Go.
The question is, did they try to remove themselves from the past? I don't know enough about the organization, but it could be one of those things where they're like, apparently, according to the article, they banned black people and Jews. Sorry, Dove. But we don't know if when they let them in, if it was like, oh, we don't want to get sued for discrimination, so they're allowed to be let in.
1979, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's safe to say in 79, there was still a lot of racism that existed that we weren't like, oh, let's make this litigious.
Country clubs right now that don't have Jews and
And
blacks.
now,
So that's not illegal. They have it. They're like, we accept everyone, but you have to submit an application, and if you're black, then you can't get it.
yeah, but this is 42 years after they did it. Like 42 years later, we still have that shit. If you told me in the 90s they started letting in black people and they have like a couple, I get it. In 1979, you'd have to be very forward thinking to be like, oh, you know what, this could be a PR hit down the road in the year 2000.
They're gonna get sued if some Jewish person tried to get in 79.
I can see a Jewish person suing. I see what you're saying.
I already saying. He's saying it's like, yo, we're gonna remove the limitation, right? Or the restriction. But that doesn't mean we're actually going to have them be part of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just clarifying to him. So I see, we have to see if they've actually started practicing that.
Yes.
Again, we don't know enough about the club, but I think the greater conversation here is every industry that has existed for more than 75 years has probably been tied to some form of racism, bigotry, or sexism.
Don't support anyone in Hollywood because Hollywood had ties to racism. They used to do blackface. How dare you?
If you go to Disney World, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, dog.
You're supporting an anti-Semite, right?
Yeah. It's not the happiest place on earth for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So anybody that takes part in any legacy brand is, I guess you could say, supporting hatred to a certain extent, right? So I guess at a certain point in time, we just need to go, hey, they've stopped that. They've tried to correct it. And we just need to see if they've done the due diligence to stop and correct. This situation might be one of those where they haven't. They've done it on paper, But in practice, maybe they haven't. They kind of want to keep it as like a whites-only club. They're just saying, we accept everybody. But I guess they just don't want to be part of it. So that's the situation we're in right now. Okay. So is there any proof to show that they have started accepting other members besides just whites?
I don't know. I'm looking it up to see if they have black members. But it's also so small and it's like kind of secretive. So it's difficult to see.
Right.
Because they also do like a strange like ritual thing, which I think is adding to people's like paranoia.
Ooh.
Where,
What's
like,
the ritual?
Where it's like the veiled prophet. So like you have to wear like... This makes it worse. According to the article, you have to wear like a white gown and a white veil.
Oh,
so that's like compounding it. But again, it's like the KKK stuff is racist, but like that uniform was used by like different religious like sects and things in the past.
Yeah, if you go to like...
in Spain, it's really popular.
Exactly.
And that's where they adopted it from. So it's like wearing a veil that's white isn't necessarily racist, but it is racist if you're in the KKK, blah, 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 nuance.
Right.
I also think it's putting a lot on her at whatever age she was, probably 17, 18.
That's the
to
other
be
thing.
aware of this thing that is 20 years. Like 20 years ago, they changed laws. At 17, 18, I got to police it and be like, well, hold on. Before I attend, have you guys really changed? Like,
she was 19 years
she's
old.
a child.
And she's from a rich, like the richest family in Missouri,
And
like
that is-
from a line. Like that's who's probably
That is
involved
one thing
in
I
this shit.
kind of enjoy about this is watching liberals be like, oh, this show that we love, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, this actress that is the star of this show, everybody you celebrate, white liberals, is a rich, white, privileged, incredibly privileged person. Probably went to an Ivy League school. She went to Princeton. The writers of The Office, as far as I know, went to Dartmouth and shit like that. Like, the people you celebrate are the most privileged, no experience of minorities people you've ever met in your life.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break from this exclusive Patreon clip because we got to make some money gambling, baby. And we're going to do it with MyBookie.ag. We got a big fight. We got a big fight coming up this Sunday. You got Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Okay, I know a lot of y'all out there going, oh, this is easy money. Let me put some money on Floyd. Let me cash in. But maybe some of y'all want to gamble a little bit. Maybe some of y'all want to shake shit up, want some action on the other side. It's got a huge upside. I don't even know what the odds are right now, but I'm sure it's going to get crazy when it comes up to the time of the fight. I would put some money down on there. And if you're going to do it, you got to do it with MyBookie.ag. And make sure you use our promo code Flagrant because they're going to match your initial deposit up to $1,000. That's a free $1,000 that you get to gamble with. That's a free $1,000 that you get to win with. That's extra money that you get to take home and support your family because that's why you're gambling, so you could feed your daughter. The point is, you're going to go to MyBookie.ag when you need to gamble. It's not just this fight. We got the NBA playoffs going. I'm sure there's some other sports that are happening right now that we probably don't even care much about. Baseball, if you like that, I'm sorry, but you should probably gamble on it at MyBookie.ag. Everything that you possibly need to gamble on, you're going to get there at MyBookie.ag. Make sure that you use that promo code Flagrant. Again, MyBookie.ag, promo code Flagrant. Get that initial deposit bonus doubled up to $1,000. Now let's get back to this exclusive Patreon. And I'm pretty sure Missouri didn't even have cotton.
They were racist for no reason.
Which
Son,
makes
that's
their
wild.
racism the most. Like, I think there's a couple states that didn't even have cotton. I'm not saying cotton justified it, right? But like, if you ain't even have if you had just had slaves to like get you lemonade, son, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's mad
Get a
lazy.
wife,
That's
bro.
lazy as hell,
Like
yeah.
that is next level. If
Having them drive the riverboat knowing full well black people can't swim.
But
What kind of
that's
shit is that, yo?
dangerous.
That's dangerous, dog. No life jackets back then.
Son, we need to look into that. The states that didn't even have like farming shit, bro.
That's wild.
They
dog.
didn't even have like crazy farming, and you still wanted slaves. Like, you fought for slaves. You're like, yo, we need to go to war for our slaves so they can make the bed before we get in it.
Unbelievable.
That's
unbelievable.
Nuts. Yo,
Get a maid, bro.
What states ain't have cotton? We need to go to war again. I'm not saying. I'm saying it's fucked up. If you did have cotton, it's super fucked up as well. Don't get me wrong. Fuck, but
It's that much more fucked up if you didn't even have the cotton.
son, slavery to just dust down the dining table, bro. What the hell's wrong with these people in Missouri? What's wrong with these people in the Missouri? Yo, come on.
That's wild, dog.
That's crazy.
That's
they're
wild.
Like, and they're like, yo, we can't have no more slaves. You got to start paying them. And they're like, no. I'll risk my kids' lives so I don't ever have to light a candle before lunch. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yo, you think I'm gonna set my own silverware?
Fuck that.
Fuck do I look like?
Nah, bro.
That's the other thing. There was no minimum wage. You could pay them anything.
Yo,
you
son,
could pay workers
$2,
whatever.
bro. $2.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
people would
God,
be
dog.
happy.
Son, that is next level, bro. And I know it seems like we're making an argument for the cotton states.
We're not.
We're not
At all.
because that's also wrong. We're just showing it. Like, if the cotton people are lazy because they don't want to be in the fields.
If they're 0 out of 10 in terms of morality.
No, fuck morality. It's all bad.
Yeah.
Let's just do it on a lazy scale.
Yeah.
Right? Because we got Al right here.
Just saved Akaash's life.
Yeah, I saved his fucking life.
I said 0.
No.
And I was going to say they're negative.
So that's fair enough. But let's
Yeah.
go lazy, right? If you lazy as fuck for not wanting to pick your own goddamn cotton, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You lazy as hell. But if you don't even want to clean off your horse and buggies, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Why do you need a clean horse and buggy?
You don't even need a clean horse and buggy, bro. What? You know that there were certain days where they were probably like
a car
we
wash.
don't even got some shit for them to do. You know what I mean? There was probably days where like, man, we ain't even getting our money's worth out here, bro. There's nothing for them to do.
Son, you know how
We
easy it
deserve
is?
it.
Getting our money's worth when you don't pay.
they had to buy them, bro. They had to buy them from somebody.
Son, it's so easy when you eat and there's crumbs you to do that. You need a slave to do that?
To wipe the crumbs off the table.
That's it?
Come on,
That's
dog.
wild. Hey, I'm done.
Missouri.
Is this a fact? They didn't have cotton?
I don't think they had cotton.
I think
bro.
they did have some cotton.
Thank God. Thank the Lord they had cotton.
Son, we're finna cancel this whole state.
Son, I was about to cancel this state,
I would
bro.
cancel my St. Louis shows gladly, happily. You know what I mean?
Yo, what else they got? St. Louis.
I'm ready to cancel this whole segment of this.
Wow, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I'm good. I'm good. This is like dumb for asking how you feel about Palestinians right now. So,
Oh, you're out of here.
Yeah, I'm letting y'all cook.
I'm just letting
Y'all cook.
Come on, dog.
Yeah, now you do the cooking.
Now, you
By the
You
way,
like it.
she did marry a Jew.
who did?
Oh, this
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like during all the Black Lives Matter stuff, she's posting like black squares and like donating and like she's like active and using her platform and things. So it's
However,
like, so it's like, is she racist? Do we really think she's like in a clan?
I
Well,
know.
No. Did she post a blue square?
I didn't see a blue square. Also, they raised the kid Catholic, which is very rare. Actually, it's like you guys have enough.
Oh,
And you're
my
going to take
God.
away one potential new Jew?
Yeah, but she's not, the kid won't be, because she's not Jewish, right? So the kid is not Jewish.
Not like
that's
that.
true.
Not like
That's
that.
true.
Nah.
Raise the
No, it
kid.
is. That is.
Raise the kid
Yeah.
Have to have
Hebrew.
a Jewish
Then the
twat.
kid can find another Hebrew, and we can kind of add him back. What?
What did he say?
Said you have to have a Jewish twat. He really hit that. Like,
I'll post a
really
blue square
hit
right now.
that.
Oh,
Post a blue
it's
square
so
right now.
funny when it's happening to somebody else, ain't it?
I had to just turn it
Jeez.
Did all you guys post blue squares?
that
I
blue
posted a black.
square-
I posted a black
Yeah,
square.
that shit was a scam, dog.
Bro,
None of us
I'm
posted no
yo,
square.
You're really
Yes,
acting
y'all.
like a Jewish twat right now.
You are a Jewish twat, dude. You're a JT,
Nah,
dude.
but Dub, that blue square, that shit didn't pop.
That didn't pop.
Like,
Pop
no,
with us. That's all. We won. We lost the
I
PR
see
war.
no-
We
I see
lost
no-
the
Let me go
PR
back to
war.
this one real quick. If you were a black slave and you got traded to like Missouri, right?
I think that's a kind of,
Is that joining the Warriors?
yeah.
Is that like join the Warriors like when on a
7
title?
seconds or
I'm
less.
gonna pick up a ring out here, baby. Like it's not better. It's not undeniably better.
If there was no cotton, then I guess it was better.
I'm just saying. I'm asking, bro. I'm asking.
know.
I'm just out here asking. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
Mark said they had cotton.
Huh?
Yeah.
They had cotton.
Yeah, apparently
They
have
did?
cotton. Yeah.
What about Kentucky?
Let me look back.
So it's like the Lakers, but LeBron's health
Can
is
you
a
just
little
Google-
shaky. So it's like
You just Google slash
more what it's like. We don't know if he's gonna hold up.
You're like, I might have to actually do some work.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
All right, guys, that was a clip from our exclusive Patreon episode that we drop every single week at patreon.com/flagrant2. Go join the Asshole Army, the biggest comedy Patreon in the world. There's a reason. Spread the word. Spread the flagrancy. You can do it. We do a new episode every single week at patreon.com/flagrant2. Completely uncensored, unfiltered, and raw for that ass. So go over there, check it out, join the army, spread the word. Thanks for watching. Peace.